Everybody come in, everybody to the party.
Oh, well, hello there, my darlings, or shall I call you my little wieners? That seemed to excite people in the comments on my last secret video about the Hulvania Mall. My darlings, go and check that out after this video or before, whatever you want to do. I just wanted to thank all of you who have watched that previous video, who came to this one. There were over 18,000 of you that watched that last video. And I was just waffling on because I was excited. I wanted to bring your attention to this secretive stuff that's been going on the sidelines, not quite in Warframe yet, all leading up to the Warframe 1999 release, which as of recording, I don't actually know when that is. And as you can see behind me, there are a couple of goodies that I have collected along with many other people. If you haven't so far, in this video, there be spoilers. So in my previous video, I didn't give all the passwords for all of this lore and this ARG that's been going on the sidelines. And I think some people weren't happy about that. I'm going to put all of the passwords that you need in this video, and I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I witnessed. And I also want to shout out some people that were in the Warframe Discord that did all of the legwork. For me, anyway, I don't know where else the legwork was being done, but all the boffins that took part and actually solved the problems and the solution for us. I love you and you're amazing and thank you. And I was so privileged to be part of the journey. It was such a blast. And before I continue, if this video or any of my other videos, the Hulvania video, any of it tickled your fancy in any way, shape or form, and you just love being called a little wiener, please consider dropping a like, a comment and or a sub. All three, you get a gold star from me and I'll love you for eternity. Maybe, possibly just this video, I'm not sure. In the meantime, I just want to take you through the last two clues that we had and the answers for them. I can't show you my workings, okay? I didn't work this stuff out by myself. No, I'm not smart enough. And thank goodness there are smarter people out there than me. Okay, so I'll give you some of the stuff that we saw. I'm going to guide you through the website. I won't show you every little detail, but I will give you the passwords, like I said, near the end of this video somewhere. And also I'm going to talk a little bit about preparing to be able to do Warframe 1999 because there are some prerequisite quests. I think it's pretty much all the quests, guys, you know. And if you're not sure after this video, please feel free to come and join my Discord. The link is on my channel. So you may have noticed we've been getting these notifications on Arthur's Kinney page or Kind page and in our orbiter, and they're kind of hints, they're clues. Go and find this area basically on the Warframe website. Now there are several areas on the Warframe website that are secretive and have ulterior motives. This one, under Warframe Update, you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you find those tabs, and here we've gone to the Metro and this had popped up. So this was a new link that had been released, that report a thingy sighting, that was new. The phone had been there from the beginning-ish. You can make calls on that to Big Bites Pizza. We'll have a look at that briefly later. And the comic that you saw on the floor, that had been also released new. And if you click on it, you can literally read like a comic about the Hex Syndicate. And it's brilliant. And it takes you actually to other comics. Now, this puzzle was basically a list of events. It listed train carts, essentially. There was kind of incidences, passengers on these train carts. And it was kind of whittling down from the clues. There were a few good starting points, and I made a start on it. I did, but I was also watching the Discord live, the Warframe Discord that is also linked on the Doktor Entrati webpage. More on that later. And the boffins just went boop, and they'd done it. They'd actually done it in like probably less than 30 minutes, I'd say. And we all sat there, you know, trying to work it out. But it was this person, Milo, who posted the answer the quickest. So Milo, you're a hero. It got it done so goddamn it quickly. Shout out to you. We're all incredibly grateful. And it was just, we were like, as if you've done it, as if you've got the answers. And he put his answers up. He didn't show his workings. And I'm about to put those answers up right now on the screen. So spoiler warning, if you want to go and do this puzzle yourself and try and whittle it down yourself, pause and skip to the next chapter, okay? I've chaptered this video up so that you're safe. So these are the answers, and we just filled them in and pressed submit. and it took us to the next page, the next level, and then we all sat there twiddling our thumbs and wondering what the hell was on its way. But just being there in the moment was it was just so exciting. It just was, and I keep banging on about it, but it kind of like reignites some kind of weird feeling in you that you kind of forgot that you had about gaming. And I know a lot of people are getting kind of bored with gaming. You see it a lot on social media, you know, videos of people sat there scrolling on their phones instead of gaming because they're just not sure what to do anymore. And this stuff kind of brings it back to life, you know, the magic. And here we go. I filled it all in and pressed the submit button, and this was the next page. And this was the next part of the DNA sequence that they were looking for in our Discord and all the boffins, because for some reason DE, the devs of Warframe, decided to go down this DNA route linked to the dossiers of the new Hex Syndicate members. If you aren't sure what I'm banging on about here, maybe go and watch my other video, the Holvania Secrets video. That sort of came before this one, and this is kind of a follow-on from that, and maybe going into a bit more detail than I did in the previous one. I didn't want to spoil it for everyone, but here I am. I'm just going to spoil it for you because we're running out of time as I record this to get up to speed. And that's right, everybody had been waiting for this post-it note Atomicycle page to actually be relevant and useful in some kind of way. And oh my goodness, it was. And again, someone figured this out before everyone else could. We kind of figured it out ourselves, but then we couldn't actually put the puzzle together quick enough. But someone did it for us. So these post-it notes have been here from the get-go. You can move them around and spin them around, but you couldn't do anything more with them. And since they revealed you need to go to this web page, things change. So those grey tabs where it says aerodynamics, ergonomics, engine, chassis, electronics and detailing, once you start clicking on them, it starts giving you more post-its until you end up with 12 post-it notes. I'm going to be honest, with 12 post-it notes, it was pure chaos for my brain. Anyway, once you've got those post-its all up, you then get the option when you hover over the bottom right corner of each post-it to flip it over. Now, one of these post-its has, as you can see, the Zata Requiem on it. And the belief at the time was Zata means truth, i.e. the opposite is true. Not all of these post-it notes are needed. And I don't know if you can tell, but we're starting to see the beginning of a QR code. And it's basically a puzzle that you have to put together to create a complete QR code that you can then scan with your phone. And it was this that we couldn't do quick enough. And I faffed around with this for a while whilst eagerly watching the Discord, and a person got this sorted much sooner than we did, and then I was able to copy what they did. And this is what they did. This was Kasky, and they put it up first. I don't know if they were the first person to ever figure out the puzzle, but they were the first person in the Warframe Discord to put the picture up for us so we could copy what they'd done. And I couldn't scan this QR code, so I'm going to put a better version of it up on the screen in case you can't get yours to work. And don't stress too much if it doesn't work. All it did was take us to the final strand of DNA, which we were using as a colour coordinator. And that final strand was thiamine. There was some kind of discussion about whether it would be uracil. So altogether we had guanine, adenine, cytosine and thiamine. And then because of the colours that were linked to each page when they found that strand of DNA, that's the colour code they used. However, it wasn't over. Oh no, those devs had more in store for us. And before we get into that, they are having japes with us. So you go to the detailing tab on the Atomicycle page. You go down to book an appointment, doesn't matter what name you put in. And you need to scroll all the way down to the bottom of your preferred engineer. And the name you're looking for is Mr. Rogers. Now, this is a song called The Ultimate Showdown, re-uploaded by a YouTube channel called Lemon Demon, and it had 8.5 million views in 5 years. I don't really know what kind of shenanigans the DEs are up to, but it brings you to this. I've muted it because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a copyright strike, but what the hell? I sat there like gobsmacked watching this video and listening to the song and wondering why you like this, DE. But it did make me laugh. And I've put the Discord chat that I was watching as they were figuring it all out up on the screen, because the names that you're seeing in front of you, Pilot Burrito, Ouroboros, there was Gangrel, Lord Loki, Quill, Orpheus Deluxe. There were so many people in this Discord that have the literal patience of a saint, that kept updating people, answering the same exact questions over and over and over again as we all piled in from different areas, and just kept answering the questions and updating people. And they were amazing, and some of them had seen my previous video as well. I think Gangrel had, and they didn't seem bothered that their names were on the Discord on my video. So I hope you guys don't mind if you're seeing yourselves now. You were all freaking amazing, every one of you, and I really enjoyed sort of sitting in there, partaking, and also the patience and the kindness. I had some people saying this Discord is toxic on my comments of my whole Vanilla video, and I was like, I don't see that it is. Now, these people didn't know that I was Coffee Barbarian of their YouTubes when I first dived in, and they were still very friendly and welcoming. And I kind of want to give them a shout out and say thank you so freaking much for your patience and your kindness and your generosity of time, my darlings, my little wieners. So anyway, the next clue, because they weren't done with us. That's right, those cheeky little Warframe devs posted this on a very well-known social media website. A key and a lock with some interesting markings on it, but what interested us was the information in the top left. The pizza, referring to Big Bites. The train, referring to the Metro page. The music, referring to the online page, the boy band. And the motorcycle, referring to the Atomicycle page we had just looked at, with these arrows pointing left and right with numbers. And you know what? Guess what? That's right. The Discordians figured out, those amazing boffins figured out that it was the Caesar cipher, and then they got themselves to work figuring that out. Now I'm a bit annoyed with myself because the next picture you see is what they had figured, so I don't know if Smurficus figured it out or whether he just tidied it up, but somebody wrote it this way as well. If you know who that was in the comments, please let me know. But basically the Caesar cipher told us that the yellow guanine colour, the letter will be L, the blue cytosine will be O, the green thymine will be K, and the red adenine will be H. Now, if you work it out, it spells Loke, Lohk, which is one of the Requiem mods in the game. And if you say it really quickly, it's like lock, right? And they gave us a lock and a key. Nah, yeah. So we needed those codes because they're linked to these dossiers of the new Hex Syndicate. Letty is Trinity, and we have her color coordinates here, her genetic sequencing, and we needed a letter to match for the green. So originally we knew that thiamine was green, but actually it's the K of the Loke. We knew that adenine was blue, but that actually was H. So wherever you see the colors, you apply the letter from the cipher, Lohk, and that became our final genetic sequence. So at this point, because everybody knew the cipher, the code, a lot of people were working on just putting in the genetic sequence in order, and this person, VST MNTR, this is the person that we all used. Thank you so much for just putting it up there for us to use. And as you can see, I'm typing in the genetic sequence in the input box. By the way, this broke at the beginning and we all got the thing before we did this, so we had to go back and do it again. Oh my god, I was there in the moment like, oh, did somebody break this? Oops. Anyway, I wonder if they'll talk about it in the dev stream. But as you can see, we put the code in, press submit, and we got a redemption code. So, the Great Despair, you go to your Warframe website, you go to store, you go to redeem code, and you just type it in here. And it didn't give it to me twice because, as I mentioned, it broke and we got the redemption code without having to put the genetic sequence in, but then they backtracked and it was fine in the end. However, there's another little thing we can get ourselves here. And then just between you and I, go back to the normal Warframe website, go to the Updates tab, and then scroll across until you find Update 35, Whispers in the Walls, and go down to this blue word here, Machine, and click on it. And here you go, very, very similar to the PC that you'll find in the Sanctum and Atomica. Click on that button and it brings you to this page. Now, this was broken for me originally. I had to actually log into my mobile to do it and make it work, but looks like they fixed it ever since. And basically what we're looking for is these 3 books on this page. So the first one was actually behind Sevagoth. I've just missed it right now. I've already done it, so I can't claim this twice. But if you click on Kalimos here, He'll do a little animation and then you click on the book and look, it fills it in there for you. And then you keep on scrolling all the way down until you find the other book, and there it is, poking out from behind the official Warframe merch. Just a shiny little thing there, and it fills it in. And then I'm just scrolling back up to the top to find the one that was hidden behind Sevagoth. And obviously, to get your little freebie, you must be logged in as yourself to this Warframe account, and it's linked to your Warframe game, because it will then know that it's you and it'll send it to your in-game inbox. There you go, freebies. Now, I'm just going to show you here these little tabs. These are all the websites within the Warframe website that people used to work out the puzzles and the answers, linked to the Doktor Entrati website where there's more lore and there's emails flying about, but it was all basically working up to figuring out this DNA sequence. So you can go and do that if you want, or you can just use the passwords to open up all the stuff. Come here, have a little look through everything, because it is beautiful. They've put a huge amount of detail and work into it, and it was just so much fun to be part of the community. Brought us all together, kept our little brain cells going, wondering what it's all about, and me having the pleasure of watching the more intelligent people figuring out all the puzzles for us. So I'm just showing you, you know, the big bites, the metro, the online little puzzle here. These online dudes are going to be our enemies, by the way, in Warframe 1999. Did you know that? And they obviously are a boy band, but this was another place where we found some DNA. And again, all of these codes and passwords I'll show right at the end, because I don't want to spoil it completely for you. But if you're here for answers and what I'm saying doesn't actually make sense, come to my Discord. Anyway, go to your Warframe account, wait for that eyeball to turn up in the top left, and then click on begin. And I've unlocked all these files using the following passwords. Spoiler, the passwords are all incoming up to the point of the online puzzle. But before I put those passwords up, sorry, I just wanted to show you the compiling progress. This is a community event, so we are, I think it's around 63% as I'm recording this, which is the 26th of November. I don't actually know what this compiling percentage is working towards, whether it's a group bonus reward, I don't know. But before I show you the passwords, I also want to talk about the fact that you're going to have to complete quite a lot of quests to be able to unlock the Warframe 1999 content. And again, the Warframe website actually does have a little section for new players and returning players, but the belief is you're going to have to have worked your way up to the new war and Whispers in the Walls, unlocking Sanctum and Atomica, I imagine. That all that stuff you're going to have is quite like late game content. So again, if you need help with that, come and find us on the Discord and we'll try and help you. And for example, they mentioned in my Discord that it's easier to get a Necromech in-game now from Father and Necrolisk. I didn't actually know that. So do come to the Discord and ask questions and ask for help, and it will be given where we can. Obviously, we're all busy people with jobs and everything in real life, but we'll help you where we can. And you're just looking at the new Warframe they're releasing, Site 09, the Sniper Warframe. He's also got this like ammo resupply drop, which is kind of interesting, right? Also known as Quincy at the mall, the Holvania Mall. And they're reworking Nyx and Trinity. So Trinity is actually Letty at the mall, the Hex Syndicate, and Nyx is Eleanor. And Eleanor happens to be Arthur's sister, and Arthur happens to be Excalibur. So Nyx and Excalibur are siblings. Who'd have thunk it? They were released obviously very early on in the game, around the same time, I believe. And Holvania is going to have seasons. We're going to see the progress of the infestation. Online, the boy band, they're going to be a new kind of, I think, they're calling them Tenosite or Technosite coders, but it's kind of going to be like a lich fight almost, I think, and you get weapons off them. I think, don't quote me, I don't know all the details. And we're going to have like new enemies, Skuldra. There's so much going on. In the meantime, I want to put these passwords up for you and say my goodbyes to you.
I gave your Tommy a full tune-up. Go ahead and fire her up.
Not bad.
So this is directly picked out of the Decoding Signal Warframe Discord. Lord Loki, thank you for posting this. I screenshotted it a long time ago and I used it and worked my way through that Doktor Entrati website, but I also used it at the mall to find myself that free glyph and to unlock all the files. So here you go. Full spoilers. There you go. I was very reluctant to post it. I don't know why. I kind of didn't want to spoil the fun for everyone or anyone, but I've tried to make it very clear that this is a spoiler video, and I really hope that you still have some fun, because I just used all the passwords. I didn't work out all of the puzzles myself, and I still had the best time playing this game and going through the ARG with everyone on the Discord and in the mall as well, people chatting and saying what the hell's going on here. So spread the word. Use the redemption code, get your freebies, play this demo again if you want before it runs out in 9 days from the point of me recording this and uploading it. And let me know where you're at. And again, if I've got anything wrong in this video or it's been updated and changed since the 26th of November when I'm uploading it, please feel free to make a comment. Please be kind, because I'm not an expert. I'm just here trying to pass on the love of gaming to you, my viewers. I've had some negativity and I try to ignore it and move on and focus on the positive vibes, because I'm just here to have a good time and spread the game in love, my darlings. And like I said, you little wieners are more than welcome to come and join in on that, or you can just, you know, lurk in the background. I see you lurkers. Anyway, this might be my final kind of Warframe 1999 video until the update. I don't know yet. There's a dev stream or two coming up, so I might report on those, but obviously we have our bigger and better YouTube Warframe content creators that will give you all the information you need if I'm not around anyway. I can't believe how well that last video did viewing wise. For me, it blew me away, and it's made a huge difference to how I feel now about making videos. All of a sudden I feel very responsible for getting it right. However, that being said, I'm always open to suggestions and polite advice in my comments, my darlings. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me on this final bit of the ARG. I keep banging on, I have had me a whale of a time following this ARG, and I just want to thank my Discordians. Some of them are new, Legal and your partner Persephone, thank you for joining. Lawfwin, with your eloquence and your lore telling skills on our spoiler channel, please come and join to find out what these people think, what's going on. Oh, it's just so much fun to sort of, you know, postulate about what's happening in Warframe and the lore and all of that stuff and things. You're more than welcome to join us. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thanks to my long-term Discordians, Rage, Rosie, Hammy, among a few others, Anomalous, Zyoka, and Tim Allen. Thanks for all the support and the funsies in the Discord, guys. I love you. You're amazing. And thank you to anybody who's watched any of my videos, liked, commented and subbed and gone off and watched other series. I see you. I see you leaving your lovely comments. You're all sweethearts. In the meantime, let's look forward to Warframe 1999 update. Oh, I'm very excited, like a child at Christmas. My darlings, let me know how you feel, where you're at, and like I said, I keep saying, come and join the Discord if you need any further help. We'll do what we can for you, but I hope you get your freebies and I hope you're enjoying it. That's the whole point after all. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being patient with me, blathering on in my meandering commentary. This is the home of that after all. I really do hope to see you in the next one, no matter what it may be, but in the meantime, you take care now, and goodbye.